you're doing. This is going to be R&B.
R&B is not changed at all.
No, but it's just straight up R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's doing straight up R&B. She's bringing it, and I know that I think the most important thing is, what is it that LaTocha wants to leave as her legacy? We've been talking about legacy tonight. We're at the famous B.B.Kings. So we're going to talk about what is it that you want to leave people with, and what is it as a woman that you want people to get from your music?
Well, you know, when we came out with Xscape, all of our music was always heartfelt. You know, it always had a substance, and I want to make sure that I continue to have substance in my music, not just putting stuff out there just because people think it sounds good, but it feels good, and it's something that will last, and it'll be a classic for later, for years to come. I thought about after Whitney had passed and what her legacy was, and then I started thinking about my legacy. So I said, I'm not gonna stop. You know, I didn't want my life to be the group disbanded and there was nothing from LaTocha. Right. So I just dug deep, went back in the studio, started recording. Got a couple of songs that I put out. One with Wale, it's called Complicated. And then another one I did on my own, it's called Bad Timing. And just continue to do what I love, you know, to continue to do what I was passionate about, and that's music. And not waver from that, you know, not to tell somebody to tell me, okay, well, you can't do this song because this. I just felt like it had to come from the soul. And when it comes from the soul, it reaches the soul. So, yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about women listening to your music? What is it you want them to get from it? Because if you're giving them the passion, you're giving them the soul, give them everything. What is it that you want them to get, bottom line?
I want them to be inspired. I want the music to be relatable. If they're going through something, I want them to say, okay, I want to turn on LaTocha Scott song to help me get through whatever it is. I remember when someone used to come to us back in the day and they said, you know, understanding was a time when I was going through a lot with my mother. And when that song came on, we were able to sit down and talk about things. And that, to me, was everything. And so I want to continue to move forward in that same area of music, the same area of feeling. So just to be inspiring to young women and for them to always pursue their passion. You know, it was always so much stigma put on being whatever size you know that you are, and still be recognized as a beautiful black woman.
That's right, you said it, girl.
So yeah,
you said it, girl. And I think the operative word, not only inspire, but what happens with the music, it opens up the conversation for healing.
It does.
And that's important.
It does.
Really
I like that.
You said something that I feel is important. Not just a group that is not together, but someone, you weren't just the group. You were LaTocha before you were in Xscape.
I was.
And that's what you want to make sure people understand. So regardless of anything else, you have a legacy.
Yes.
And it's important for that legacy to continue. So I'm going to be looking out for you. You're going to be put in my list of the people to watch for 2013.
Well, thank you.
And I will be checking up on you, making sure that what you told me, that you follow through.
That's right.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So I thank you, Ms.
Thank y'all so much for supporting Xscape and for supporting us individually. Thank you so much.
We have
NATALIE IMANI.
NATALIE IMANI, and she's going to sing a little song for us. Sing, Natalie, sing.
Well, my name is NATALIE IMANI. I have an EP out, and it's called Passion Wise. Cross my heart, hope to die. I will never make you cry. Place my lips on your heart. Here is my passion mark. You can find that at NatalieImanimusic.com.
Wow, I like that. She makes me sound good. So, Natalie, what is your style of music? That's been the question of the night. What is your style?
My style is like R&B infused with jazz and a little hip hop.
I like that. Infused. You see that word? Infused. That means there's a mixture.
Yes.
And there's the mixture. It's like a jambalaya.
Because I think black people are the strongest creatures on earth. We are like a phoenix. If you think about this, all these years, hundreds of years of slavery, in the last 50 years, we have billionaires and multi-millionaires. You understand what I'm saying? We're very smart. We're very creative. We don't know that. We don't see that. We're stupid when it comes to some things. You know, we just go for the okie doke. But if you think about how magical especially our men are, and I say our men a lot. I mean, the girls are important, but we need men in our homes. And our men are the most sought after men on the planet. Because you never hear them say, girl, I got to get me a Pakistani or a Korean. But everybody wants our men. And what our babies do in the gutter today is emulated around the world tomorrow. We have the swagger. Everybody emulates us. Exactly. But we don't have the power. And the power is what we have to do.
And the thing about it is that the power that we do have is so underutilized.
What's yours? You want to protect your family, but at the same time, you want to be open enough to allow relationships to be new, and for people to be blessed by other people, and for you to be blessed by people, so that you're not just completely closed off. And I had the worst kinds of things happen to me that challenged my desire of that. But I think in doing this album, it brought me back to humanity, and again, just like that song "Back to Cool." I'm sorry, "Built to Last" was a song, and what I was thinking in my brain was a song called "Back to Cool," which is just saying, hey, our first kiss was when it all started, magical, but now we're heartless. I wish we could just go back to being cool. Not necessarily that the relationship goes back to what it was, because some things will never ever go back to the way they are, and it's okay. That season may be over in your life, but it's okay for it to be cool, though. I don't have to hate you.
Is that difficult? If it's
not
both?
If it's not both, it is very
both.
difficult.
Okay.
Because what you want is to say, hey, I don't hate you. I don't want to walk away believing that you hurt me and that was the intent of your heart. See, I think that's what we do to people. We judge people's motives, and you can never know a person's motive unless you ask them what their motive is, and then after that you have to choose whether you want to believe them or not.
That's true.
But it's very difficult. I think a lot of times we choose people's motives.
So you have to purpose to give the benefit of the doubt, and then regardless of the outcome, still believe that it was not intended maliciously.
Absolutely. And that may not bring you back to, now we're back, we're bosom buddies, and we're back hanging out every day and all that.
No.
Love, but now that I do, I'm dedicating all my time to you as an invitation home, and a welcome when you do. Always remember, I'll be here waiting. Always remember. Yeah. If I couldn't remember the words, I'll make them up if I have to. But this is what I love to do. I love this. It's something about, there's nothing between us. There's no music. But this is what R&B is about. It's about the lyric and the voice. It's a whole lot more too, but the voice and the lyric touching your heart, and then the music and everything just envelopes it. And a lot of times I think about the music I grew up with, and I talk about Phyllis Hyman from back in the day, and I think about and obscure songs. I'll do Betcha by Golly a while lot, but Shaka Khan, one of my absolute favorites.